Please be another bonfire soon. A bonfire soon!
Hello everyone, Harry and Ed here back playing Dark Souls, and we are on the road of sacrifices.
We are, so basically we're at the point that I've got to in my game. So from now on...
This is all new to you.
Pretty much. There are still some things we haven't done in the old...
Hold on, where are you travelling to?
I'm not, sorry, I just had to rest at the bonfire.
I've waited a long time to get to this road of sacrifices, which sounds very exciting, and
it's differently colour paletted, admittedly. So, like, there's more reds and oranges and pinks coming.
It looks like such a happy place with demon
tree
things.
So I've only fought one of those in the time that I played.
That was my fault, I suppose.
How does using stamina happen from falling? Shriveling stone? Or was that shriving stone?
Shriving stone.
I didn't see. What's shrive mean?
I don't know what shriveling means. Shriveling.
Shriveling, yeah, just means
stones don't shrivel, do they?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're getting deep and scientific.
Have you heard about those rocks in the desert that apparently move, and no one knows the scientific explanation why?
I've heard of those rocks, and I've seen pictures of them with the trails, but I didn't know that no one knew. I thought there was a reason
that science can't explain.
Really? I wonder if maybe it's some kind of... Is that an item?
That is an item.
Blimey. Sorry, I'm wondering if it's maybe some kind of very gentle tectonic shift or wobbling that's making it vibrate slightly. I'm literally throwing out words there just to hope that one of them makes sense. But do you know what I'm saying?
Well, sort of. I mean, if that was true, then wouldn't that affect everything else on Earth?
No, not if it's only small. Bear in mind, there's some places that are along fault lines, like San Andreas, that constantly have very, very small tremors, but they're teeny, tiny, and they're not worth bothering about. But there are some.
Well, if your science is wrong, I guess you're at fault right now.
Maybe.
I'm not proud of that.
No, it shouldn't be.
Oh, a new demon soul.
With a stick.
Thing.
Demon soul. Okay, interesting.
They all
I see what you did there.
They all look like demon souls there. I mean,
I'm not actually sure where I'm meant to be going.
Down there looks good.
How am I meant to get there?
I don't know. I mean, jump down.
Oh God!
Or fall down.
Or fall down, yeah, when something
knocks you over, yes.
An angel demon. Oh, the juxtaposition is arousing.
Seems juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Contrasting imagery is juxtaposition, isn't it?
I'm gonna go with maybe.
Are we both just not knowing something here? Because otherwise we're idiots.
I feel like we both sort of know, but don't want to hedge it because we might.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's move on. Someone define juxtaposition in the.
We're both oxymorons. Which isn't actually a word.
One of my favourite jokes from an under the radar.
Oxymorons is, but they're not in this case. Sorry. Grammar's important. Go.
One of my favourite jokes from an under the radar comedian called Matt Richardson, who's no longer that under the radar because at one point, you won't know this, he replaced Ollie Murs on The Extra Factor, the sister show to The X Factor. But he's an Oxford-based comedian. And I knew some. I watched a lot of his gigs, and we've met a few times. He was going to come on my radio show. We had some problem with scheduling leading to that. Shit. Do you know what? I'm going to run through these guys because I've realised they might actually all kill me. Please be another bonfire soon. A bonfire soon! Fuck, we made that so quick.
Well done.
Oh my God, this is the furthest I've ever got in Dark Souls 3. Excellent. Welcome to my achievement. You are all part of it now. Holy fuck, that's terrifying!
Calm down.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Finish your story.
What was the story? Sorry, I got so distracted and excited all at the same time.
About a guy who was a comedian that went to the X Factor and
Matt Richardson.
Rage Show.
So one of Matt Richardson's jokes is, yes. I'm from Oxford, and obviously everyone in Oxford is very intelligent because of the university, but I don't think they are. I call them morons. I call them Oxford morons because I'm funny as fuck. That's the line verbatim. It's less funny when I do it, I'll grant you that.
Yeah.
But I'm not a comedian anymore.
Most people I know that went to Oxford just say, I went to Oxford, and then they're like, where? And they're like, oh, Oxford Brooks.
Okay, stop right there. As someone who went to Oxford Brooks...
I didn't know that!
I went to Oxford Brooks. Oxford Brooks was my university. No one at Brooks would ever say that. No self-respecting person who went to Brooks would even suggest that they went to Oxford. Because we hate Oxford.
Yes, but how many of your friends served time in public boarding school?
All of them. Are you kidding? Oxford Brooks is the poshest university there is.
Maybe your friends are better.
Seriously, oh god. So basically, the hall of residence I'm in is called like Cheney. It was called Cheney Student Village.
Cheney?
Cheney.
Oh,
It's called Cheney. I don't know. But it was referred to as the Chateau de Cheney because it was very rah students. But then it then turned from the Chateau de Cheney to Chateau de Chenois, which is ridiculous. But it was quite funny. I actually don't care too much about these people's lives. Oh, Blue Sentinels.
This isn't an episode of Fraser. Stop it.
Sorry. Oh, he doesn't speak. Whoops.
All right, answer me this: do you regret your university degree or not?
You've asked a tough question on what is essentially quite a light-hearted Let's Play. But
yes, I'm trying
if you want to get deep, let's go
into the real stuff.
Everything I'm about to say, if you are about to go to university, do not let what I'm about to say affect your decision in any way, please.
Well, no, hold on.
Everyone has their own unique experience there, and I'm about to tell you mine.
It might be good advice.
I hated university. University was the worst 3 years of my life. I didn't like the people at the university. I didn't particularly like the university, and my course wasn't particularly challenging or interesting. Those are just bear in mind, there are some modules and some teachers and lecturers from the course who I'm still in touch with, who I did think did a good job and who I am genuinely grateful for. As a whole, I look back on my time at university and I'm not pleased with it. I did not learn enough. But then again, that could be me being hoisted by my own petard, and it could just be my fault. I could just have not put in enough effort. In first year, I did nothing. I literally, because all you have to get is 40% to pass.
Everyone does nothing in their first
exactly. Year two, still didn't do loads of work, but did enough to get a 2-1 for that year.
Very good.
Then in final year, surprisingly, I did even less. And still managed to come out with a first in my dissertation and a 2-1 in my degree overall.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I did that, if I'm perfectly frank, but...
No, well done.
I'm pleased. What about you? What was your experience of university like?
Well, I mean, the school I went to, encouraged going to university as a thing, because back when I did it was fairly cheap still. And, I had a choice. I could either do something very academic that I wasn't going to enjoy, or I could do something less academic that I was going to enjoy.
What were your choices between academic and less academic?
So I'd either, do some kind of English or maths degree and become an accountant, which my parents wanted, or do something fun to do with film and TV that I would enjoy.
Now, can I say you have made the perfect choice, and I'll tell you why. And that's because the kind of male side of my family are mostly in finance and things. And my brother is currently doing a degree in Newcastle, and he's doing business. And one of the modules he's done is accounting.
Yeah.
And he said it is the worst thing you could ever do.
Funnily enough, I now do accounting as part of my job. I am the accountant for a TV advertising agency. Yeah.
So you're still experiencing that those days.
But I love it because it's something that interests me and it's great. And university, it was good fun meeting friends, going out and doing events and stuff, but I didn't do as much as I'd like to have done. I could have made more of it, I suppose, but I wouldn't say I learned as much as I'd like to have done. And
that's a very common one.
If I had my time again, I suppose I would have spent it doing something else. Well,
what would you now with the power of hindsight? I'm sorry that this has gotten so deep, by the way. In power of hindsight,
this is interesting. I mean,
if you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. If not, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, what kind of things would you have with the power of hindsight? In retrospect, what would you rather have done?
I tell you what. This will sound very strange. I was never too much of a wild one. I never really had much of a crazy university time. I was quite under the radar, quite one. I wish I'd gone to maybe a bigger place and had more of a wilder streak. I don't know.
Interesting.
God, I sound very old right now.
A wilder streak.
But it was just like do university, get your first, go on, do stuff. I feel like I'd still be in the same place now. Had I not gone there? Well, probably not. But I don't know. I feel like had I not done that course and met people, I'd still be in the same place. I'd have different friends. I don't know. So.
Now here's where my argument does a total U-turn.
Go on.
Whilst university and my degree taught me nothing of significance personally, I know loads of people who say it's the best thing they've ever done, and if it weren't for their degree, they wouldn't know all the stuff they know, they wouldn't have the job they have, etc. So it does work for a lot of people, and if it's the kind of thing you want to do, I encourage you to do it.
Sure.
If you are considering university, please do give it some serious thought. Don't take what we've said. Don't let it put you off.
Yeah, I'd certainly say that. I'd say, if you're going to do a degree, even more so now that the fees have gone up, think it through. Don't just do it the hell of it, because it's a lot of money to invest in something, and, just do something you enjoy.
Absolutely.
For the love of God, you're only young once and enjoy it. Because I tell you what, a lot of my friends did do serious academic degrees, and they had a hell of a 3 years working really hard. And yes, they got the big important job doing something really important, making lots of money. They hate it, and a lot of them have dropped out and just gone to doing what they want to do.
So the thing with me is, like you've just said, I didn't want to go to university and do something I didn't want to do. I didn't just want to do a subject for the sake of having a degree. I chose a degree that I was already good at, like a subject that I was passionate about, felt I could maybe get a career out of, or wanted to try and get a career out of it.
Yeah.
And because I personally found the course so lacking, I had to go and look for my own opportunities.
Yes.
And so, like, I ended up working for BBC Oxford.
Very nice.
I worked for the BBC Introducing Show, and I found a love of radio, and Brooks Radio taught me loads. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Brooks Radio, like that made me. If it weren't for radio, and I actually became president of Brooks TV during what is known as the Dark Ages. No, don't applaud me.
Sorry.
I was the worst president. It's on my CV and it looked great. Do you know what happened? I did nothing.
Tell me someone that's been not a president that has something.
I know loads of presidents who've actually done something with their lives.
Well, not US presidents, but
That's very true.
Well, then again,
now,
maybe not.
the US presidency thing, I know this is a conversation for a whole other time.
God,
but
this is a really serious episode.
Jesus, yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna title this the heavy one.
Dark Souls, you know.
It really brings
you
you...
met some mushrooms and some swamp zombies with sticks. Sorry, go on.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's a scary, scary time for it.
It really is. I mean, Trump is the Republican nominee, or he's very close to it. He will be it.
Oh my god, that's a big crab.
Giant crab.
I've never seen. I've tried throwing it at it before, but oh god, why am I stopping? Oh god, the water's gotten deeper.
The fact that Hilary Clinton is the lesser of two evils to be the presidential candidate of the United States of America.
That's a concerning state
It's
of affairs.
fucking terrifying. It's really. I mean, you know, I'm not claiming to be seriously well educated about American politics, but my god, like, you know, I mean, Trump.
Can I just say, as someone, oh god,
You're not.
as someone who also doesn't understand much about American, oh no,
You did.
as someone who
Very
doesn't
good.
understand a lot about American politics,
Yeah.
it basically seems like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, it's like a great moment from The Simpsons, isn't it, where the two aliens say, you know, well, it's a two-party system, you have to vote for one of us. And everyone starts panicking, going, it's a two-party system, you have to. And one person says, well, I believe I'll vote for a third-party candidate. And they say, go ahead, throw your vote away. And it's true.
Satirical.
It's true.
Satirical but true.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of a better place to end this episode.
I can't think of a better way to redo this episode. Oh wait, any way. I guess this has been a very dark episode.
We're not redoing it, we're just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry if we've suddenly brought your moods down, or we've made you introspect, but it had to be said.
Let us know if it was interesting, you know, and you want to hear more of this stuff, or just tell us to fuck off.
Basically. Thank you very much for watching these episodes of Dark Souls 3, guys. We'll be back with the next episode very, very soon. We'll
Cheers.
see you then.
Bye.
Z's. Yay! It's Sigmar! So this guy is a huge reference. He's in the first game and he's...
Enemies have attacked you close up, and you could quite happily get them from a long way away.
I don't think I have a bow or a crossbow yet, but
Right.
I get one later.
But you have arrows.